Hello guys, so in this tutorial we're going to learn how to remove the background from an image, and for that we're going to learn how to use layer mask. So what is layer mask? So layer mask is actually a reversible way of hiding some parts of a layer. For example, in our case, we're going to completely remove the background of this image, and then we're going to just extract this car and completely remove the background of this image and even change the background. So in this tutorial we're going to do that. So let us get into our project and then learn how to do that. Okay, so the first thing to do is to open our image by clicking file, open, and then you go where you downloaded your image. I'll put the link of this image into the description so that you can go and download the same image and then work on the same project as me. So once you open the image, then what we're going to do is to completely remove the background of this image. And in newer versions or in new versions of Photoshop, you have a very pretty easy way to do that. So if you here where you see the background, we're going to go into our layers panel and then just click on this lock. Once you click on it, it will disappear, and then you have this option remove background. Once you click on this remove background, Photoshop will analyze this image and then try to extract, just like you see guys. So you see how Photoshop analyzed this image and then try to extract our object, which is our car, and then completely remove the background image. But one thing you can observe is that see how the wheels of the car, so it actually cropped some parts of our wheels or cropped some parts of the object, so it's not actually cool. So what we want to do is to have a nice way to really extract our car so that no parts are being cropped. So this is one way Photoshop actually offered us in order to do this, in order to extract the object and completely remove the background from our image. And this option will not always function on some other image. So you might have some other image where you have so many objects on your image and it will be very difficult to extract what you want. So in our case, we're not going to use this. And in older versions also of Photoshop, maybe you will not have this option. And if you don't have this option, so what are you going to do? So in this case, we're going to use layer mask. So guys, this small option you see right down here, if you hover your cursor on it, then you're going to see at a vector mask. So we call it a layer mask. So we're going to undo that by clicking edit, undo, remove background. So here you have our initial image. In other videos we said that the best thing to do is always to rename our layers. So we double click here and give a name to our layer. So let us just give car. After giving the name to your layer, then you're going to select here in the tools panel, you're going to select the quick selection tool. So with this quick selection tool, it enables you to actually do a selection of your object. In this case, our object is this car, so you can just do a selection just like that, and you can make sure that here it's a plus so that you can just add a selection. So just select your car guys. So just like that, you make sure that you select all the parts you really need with the wheels, with your door, everything. So just make sure you select everything. So guys, I'll just go quickly to do the selection and then we're going to meet. Okay guys, so I did my selection. So if you have some parts that you don't really need, for example, so you can always click the minus so to remove the part you've selected. So to actually remove some parts, you don't want from your selection, and the plus is actually to add the parts you really need. So once you've selected like that, so yeah, let me try to add a little bit here. So once you've selected your object, so you can click Ctrl minus so to zoom out. So once you've selected your car, so here you can click select and mask. So once you click select and mask, so here you can see that all the black parts here, so you have your all the black parts are the parts you actually want to remove, and the white part is the part is your selection. So here at your right you can see some configurations. You can see the global refinement, so you're going to refine a little bit our edges because it's not really good. So we're going to trying to smooth a little bit your edges, so just a little bit. Once you click on smooth, you drag it, you will see how the edges becomes a little bit smoother, and here on feather just a little bit here. So once you so you can play around with those configurations, but I just want to have to smoothen the edges and then to give a little bit of this feathering effect, and then click on OK. So once you click on OK, so you can see here's your selection, and then the next step we're going to do is to apply our layer mask. So just come here on this small icon and you just click. So once you click, guys, you can see what's happening. So all our background is being hidden or has been hidden, and then you only have our selection. So that's what is really cool with the layer mask. And if you check out in our layers panel, so you can see how our original image has been separated with our selection. So you can see how how the two images here has been changed. So that's what can So that is what is happening with layer mask. So here we've hidden our background so that we remain only with our selection, that is our object. So we've separated, guys, or extracted our objects from the background. So the next thing to do is we're going to change completely this background and give another background. So if you even have another image, you can take this extracted object and then put it directly in another image. So the next thing we're going to do, guys, is to change the background. Since we've removed completely this background, we're going to change the background of this image. So we're going to add a new layer by clicking on this plus. Once you click on this plus, let's give a name. Let's give a name background. Yeah, once you give the name background, we're going to change the background of this image. So guys, don't forget that once you extract like that, so you can move your object all around. You can move it. So let's say you have another image and then you want to put this extracted image in another image. So what we're going to do is to try to click on file, new, and make sure the background is white, and then click on OK. So we're going to put our car on this image. So you just click, drag, you just drag and bring it here, guys. Once you bring here, let's say we want to change the background of this image. So here we're going to double click and give another name, background. And here the thing we're going to do is to apply our effects. We're going to use a gradient overlay. Guys, if you don't know what's the gradient overlay, just check up the link. The next the video we did on gradient overlay. So you appear on top, just click on top of this video and then you can check out the gradient overlay. Okay, so once you click on gradient overlay, guys, so these colors you are seeing is just the default gradient, or the default gradient I actually used. I use the colors found on these cars, so you can just double click here. So you can just double click here and give whatever color you want. You can check out and give whatever color you want. So in my case, I will just leave the default colors. Cancel. So I'll just leave these default colors here. So if you want to change the colors, you double click on this square and then you try to find some other colors here and click on OK. So in my case, I'll just leave those colors and click on OK. So guys, you see how you can extract an image from, or you can extract an object from an image and completely change the background. And here I'll just try to give some other effects, bevel and emboss. And bevel and emboss, if you just let us click on cancel and then select first our layer and then click here bevel and emboss, and you can see bevel and emboss try to give a 3D effect here and give a little bit of shadow, so just like that. So if you increase, you can see what's happening. Okay guys, so that is all we have to learn in this course, guys. So that is how you can extract any object from an image using layer mask. So in the next tutorials, you're going to learn many other stuff. We're going to use layer mask in order even to change the color of someone, or the color of the dress of someone, change the colors of any type of object. So we're going to use layer mask in our next courses, so that you can really understand what it is. But basically, this is what layer mask is. So guys, if you have any questions, just drop in the comment section or in the group, so that I can bring some response to your questions. So thank you for watching, subscribe, and then see you in the next course.